Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be speaking to you for the opening of the last day of the Luxembourg Internet Days, focused on the Network and Information Security Directive. This directive is not only about cyber resilience of operators of essential services and the regulation of these operators. The NIS directive goes far beyond, because it is about implementing a trust scheme. Trust is essential for our economy. We all prefer to rely on services or goods provided by trustworthy and proficient partners. The NIS directive can help us to foster trust relationships between partners in Europe. Risk management as well as incident information sharing are getting compulsory. However, the NIS directive should not be mistaken for old-school regulation, but for what it suggests, meaning collaboration and exchange of information for the sake of all. Cybersecurity is not a product, but a complex process with many dependencies. To achieve resilience in the cyber domain, we have to address these dependencies and work together in a way that lives up to the challenges. These challenges are substantial and continuously growing due to the further digitization of our society. I warmly welcome the task that the European Network and Information Security Agency ensures with the coordination and the information exchange in the context of the NIS directive. The agency has proven that they can be a game changer. I therefore would like to thank its CEO, who will speak to you later, for the agency's valuable contribution to the culture of security in Europe. The Luxembourg Ministry of the Economy is serious when it comes to collaboration. We strongly foster the exchange of information in a structured way, following sector-specific taxonomies. On our platforms, experts from all over the world create meaningful context to technical information. This knowledge helps companies, organizations, and governments to better understand malicious activities and implement efficient preventive or detective measures. And finally, but most importantly, to achieve meaningful risk management. Risk management is of utmost importance for governance on both corporate and national level. The commonly used standard for risk management provides an empty framework. Because of the very dynamic character of cybersecurity, the standard cannot advise what risk scenarios to include and what metrics to use for risk evaluation. Quite evidently, for a country fostering collaboration, these tasks of identifying the appropriate risk scenarios and metrics for risk evaluation should be addressed all together. This will not only improve the quality of risk management, but also make the risk assessments comparable, allowing benchmarking and, most importantly, better governance. The use of a common taxonomy in risk management will also allow cascading risk assessments and the assessment of systemic risks. We can extend the benefits of semantic platforms to risk management. Trust will become visible and measurable. We are well aware of the complexity of risk management and understand that the selection of the appropriate scenarios is a difficult task. This complex task can be split in two parts: the identification of common risk scenarios that every entity has to address and specific sectorial risk scenarios. As for the first part, the vast majority of cyber incidents can be drilled down to 40 or 50 scenarios. It makes no sense to overcomplicate risk management if mitigation measures are weakly implemented. We should not hide behind complex risk management, but concentrate on the most important scenarios and implement mitigation for these scenarios in an efficient and effective way. Specific sectorial risk scenarios are trickier to identify as the available incident reports are less numerous. However, in a collaborative approach, it is still possible. The Ministry of Economy and the Luxembourg Business Federation, FEDIL, have, for instance, launched an industry-specific information sharing and analysis center. This discussion and exchange platform, called ISAC, operates under very strict confidentiality rules to guarantee trust between the participants. This knowledge transfer is very valuable and benefits the whole community. In parallel, the moderators draft risk scenarios from the information they have gathered and make these scenarios available to the group. The Ministry of Economy fosters a collaborative approach in risk management. This governance approach was introduced in the cybersecurity strategy in 2018. The NIS directive, which foresees a sectorial approach, is a perfect opportunity to implement this collaboration for the sake of everybody. We must address cybersecurity with due respect and in a collaborative approach. This approach for the creation of commonly applicable scenarios can also lead to the alignment of the standard requirements of our 5 regulators in cybersecurity in Luxembourg. This will substantially reduce the weight of regulation and increase the attractiveness of our economy. To conclude, I wish you interesting and successful exchanges. Thank you.